footballgameplan.com, where football makes sense. I'm Memory Hunters of the playbook, breaking down the Bears versus the Chiefs. Now let's start with Kansas City, and what I like most about what the Chiefs were able to do last week against the Steelers, that fast break offense, that up-tempo offense works best with what the Chiefs personnel is putting on the field right now, and that's how they were able to move the football up and down the field against Pittsburgh. Now what they have to improve against Chicago, they have to maximize those possessions. If they come in and maximize their opportunities in the red zone and score touchdowns instead of field goals, the Chiefs offense can put a lot of problems and pressure on that Bears defense, which is just as aggressive as Pittsburgh. So I look for the Chiefs to come in, whether it be Kyle Orton or Tyler Palko. These guys have to make sure they keep that offense on pace, convert on third downs, keep the offense moving, and stay with that fast break up-tempo style of offense that is most effective for the Chiefs personnel right now. Now you look at the defensive side of the football. When you're playing a team like Chicago, they attack the football field horizontally, which means they get the running backs out on the edge. They love to throw to the flats. They love to get those screens going, those dump-off passes, and they also run a lot of comeback routes. So if I'm the Chiefs, I would stay in a little bit more cover 3 to help protect myself in the flats and keep that single high safety back there and force Caleb Haney to throw deep down the field, which plays right in the hands of guys like Kendrick Lewis, who can make plays on the ball. But I look for these guys to stay in that cover 3. One is going to allow that front 7 to get pressure, and it's going to protect yourself in the flats and the underneath coverage, because the Bears run a lot of in routes, drags, crossing routes, and you also look at the fact they run those curls and comebacks. It helps protect these guys as a whole on defense. Now you look at Chicago in this matchup. Offensively, I like that they allowed Caleb Haney to come out and run the entire offense. They didn't cut the playbook in half for him. He's been there 2 years. He knows the offense, and I like that they allowed him to throw the football down the field. Now he has to cut down on his turnovers, and where they can attack the Chiefs, I would say attack the Chiefs downhill, running the football. You want to get downhill. You want to run a lot of those your belly plays, your dive plays, your gap plays. Get downhill, A and B gap against that 3-4 defense. We talk about it all the time. There's natural bubbles to run against a 3-4 defense. So I look for Chicago to get in a little bit more I formation and running downhill, as opposed to attacking the edges against Tom Lee and Justin Houston. Now defensively, you're going to be playing either Palko or Orton. You have familiarity with both guys, so I look for the Bears to come in and stay aggressive up front. One thing that's important, you have to make sure you get pressure on the edge against Kansas City. Both quarterbacks have an issue with feeling pressure from their blind side, so I would keep Julius Peppers on the move to keep that offensive line guessing, but front load that left side, keep these guys constant pressure, because these guys do not see the field, do not feel pressure well as most quarterbacks do. Now, special teams wise, it's all about flipping the field position. That's the way you can help out Caleb Haney, cutting the field in half with Devin Hester, so they need some big plays in the special teams unit this week. Now let's look at some X factors in this ball game. X factors for the Kansas City Chiefs has to be Todd Haley. He has to do a better job of managing the football game and getting the most out of his players to produce in the red zone. X factor for the Chicago Bears has to be the defensive line. If that D-line can stay in the backfield versus Kansas City, that disrupts that whole fast break offense, and they can have some success. I like the way Kansas City is playing right now with that up-tempo offense. It works well for their personnel, but I have to go with Chicago. Caleb Haney is also playing solid in that offense. He's not a detriment. They don't have to cut anything back, and I think that, coupled with an aggressive defense and solid special teams, will help the Bears win at home. For more NFL previews, visit footballgameplan.com/NFL or visit our YouTube channel at youtube.com/footballgameplan. And listen to the Football Game Plan radio show, which airs Saturdays, 11 a.m. Eastern Time at blogtalkradio.com/footballgameplan.